To whoever stole my copy of Microsoft Office, I will track you down. You have my word. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ESA Summer Online 2020. Hope you're having a wonderful evening and enjoyed that run there of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Welcome back to the show. We have got NoobSalmon waiting in the wings to give you a wonderful speed run here of The Outer Worlds. Now, we did have a bid and a donation bid war for the character name, so I just wanted to make sure I can go and check and confirm all those things, I believe the winning name for the Outer Worlds main character was Gambina, I do believe. So that's pretty cool. Thank you very much for everyone who's donated towards that bid war. It's going to a fantastic cause, obviously, with the Alzheimer's Fonden, Sweden's leading charity for Alzheimer's. So thank you so much indeed. With that, I'll pass it over to NoobSalmon, and pal, the show is all yours. Take it away.
All right, thank you very much. I'm NoobSalmon. This is the Outer Worlds, and I will be doing an any percent run. And with me here is Creeper Hunter.
Hello.
Hello. We also ran this game a bit. Fun fact also before I start, there's a series on, I think, IGN YouTube channel where the developers react to speedruns, and this game was featured, and they chose Creeper's run, so he's a celeb now, technically. Okay, so I'm doing the sun ending, which I will explain when we start. There are 3 endings on 90%, the 2 traditional ones, and this is the fastest one. Okay, before the timer starts, I'm gonna create my character. I'm gonna choose the easiest difficulty. Have to skip a few cutscenes. In character creation, there are some specific things I choose. The most important one is intelligence have to be below average for this category. I choose dialogue and stealth because speech is important. I think I'm gonna randomize my character because they kind of look funny. Sure, should be fine. And I think Gambina won the name incentive, so I'm gonna choose that. And should be fine. I'm gonna skip 2 cutscenes now, and there'll be a loading screen, and I will give a rough countdown when we start. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So, Creeper, can you explain the premise a bit shortly?
So first he's going to have to go to the Unreliable, which is his ship, but it's not powered, so he's going to have to go get power. And that's going to come in the form of going to the geothermal plant. That's going to be the very first thing that he does.
Yep, this is the first planet we are in. Yep, and the one thing about this character build that I choose that I can leap forward, which is a bit faster to do. It's not necessarily fast. Alright, so we get our gun now. Everything is really scripted. So yeah, there are not much glitches in this game. We are when this game came out, we were really hoping that there will be some really game-breaking stuff, and there is a game-breaking stuff in the game, but pretty much it's gonna be a glitchless run. We used the 1.0 version of this game because there is duping in it. I'm not gonna do it because duping is actually slower real time, because we dupe stuff that increases our speed. So getting the unreliable is important because it gives you a scripted level up, and that way we can have the cheetah perk, which gives you, I think, 20% plus movement speed.
Yeah, it's 20%.
Yeah, you will just sprint faster, and that's the only beneficial perk we can uptake. So yeah, right now our goal is to get out of this land. The dialogue repeats here. Phineas's dialogue. He's the scientist that woke us up from, I think, a 70-year-long cryosleep, and he wants us to wake up the others in the Hope ship. Oops. So actually, I said that there's not many glitches. There's actually one here, which I'm not sure if it's a glitch, but we need to discover the geothermal plant. And instead of going really close to it to discover it, I'm gonna quick save, quick load in this specific spot and check it. Yep. And it gives you an early fast travel location. You can do it in a couple of places, but we have to go to the geothermal plant after we went to Edgewater. But it's actually faster to discover the place and then later just fast travel there. So I'm going back to Edgewater, speak to Reed Dobson, I think his name is. He's the leader of this place, and the town has the power regulator we need to escape, and then we can get theirs or the separatist, but it's faster to get theirs. So this is the first chance. Get a companion, Parvati, but we're not gonna take her.
Yeah, there's a specific set of dialogue options he has to choose here in order to skip getting Parvati in his party.
Yeah, getting Parvati is kind of bad because because she just slows it down and she gets aggroed, and it's not fun. Alright, so I blew up that barrel specifically to kill that one robot, because when we escape geothermal, I will be fast traveling, and it just makes it easier, because you can only fast travel, obviously, if there's no enemies nearby. The enemy aggro in this game are kinda trolly, in a way that you cannot interact with certain things unless you're outside of combat. One of them is fast traveling, the other one is interacting with terminals. So it all comes down to that. So we need to flip, I think, 3 switches.
Yeah, there's 3 switches in here that he needs to flip, and that's gonna turn on a terminal, which is gonna allow him to choose one of 2 different places to divert the power to, which is what he went talk to Reed Thompson about. And he's gonna be diverting it away from Edgewater. That way he's able to take the energy core, or whatever it's called, from Edgewater to power his ship.
It's a slightly faster to do that way. Okay, so I escaped and then re-enter. That drops the enemy aggro inside of the geothermal plant. And that's important because I need to... Oops, that's gonna be my beef. That's gonna be important because I need to interact with this terminal. Should be fine, yeah.
Yeah, you should be good.
Also, I jumped because of that, because the way stealth works in this game is that they detect you if you are just walking. If you are jumping, they cannot really detect you, so... Right, so I'm just running away. Hopefully I can fast travel. Yep, back to Edgewater. And normally we dupe a special item, I kind of forget its name, but we would dupe that here, but it would include a lot of loading screens, so I'm not gonna do that. So technically this run is, let's say it's glitchless, more or less. Even though it's a very fast run. Okay, so I upped Intimidate, because I need to convince Reed Thompson that, you know, it was a good thing that I just took the power regulator from their city, so they don't attack me, so I can fast travel. And yeah, we got the power regulator, so we can just move on. I think this section of the game, when you play it casually, takes several hours, but we are done. We're not gonna care about anything else here.
If he had taken Parvati earlier, he'd have gotten a rather long dialogue interaction with her when entering the ship.
Yep. You can only get rid of her here, and that's still slow. So I'm gonna skip the cutscene. So, next step is to go to the Groundbreaker. So it's important because we need to get to Byzantium. So there are two endings in this game, technically. One is the Phineas ending, the other one is the board ending. And either way you have to go here, because you have to have like a special passport or something to get to Byzantium. And that's what we're gonna get. And our ship is also in lock, so we need to get rid of that. So we have to talk to the leader here again.
And this is another one where he has to choose specific dialogue options.
Yep.
Otherwise he gets stuck into a dialogue loop.
Yeah, I'm just taking it very carefully. So I'm gonna quickly do this. I'm gonna explain later. Okay. So we got a seal for Udon Bedford, who is the leader here of the board here. And we have to do like farming for some money to get that from Gladys. But we can just steal it from...
Yes.
That was weird. We can just steal it from the safe. And we give it to him, and he's so happy. So he lifts the lock on our ship. And we also tell him that we wanna turn in Finesse, this scientist dude who is like haunted by the board. So he's just so happy that he gives us access to Byzantium. And like at this point we are pretty much like we're doing everything intentionally, but the game is gonna break, and you will see why. So yeah, currently technically on the side of the board, kinda. Also, I'm skipping dialogue here by quick save quick loading. That's the only place I do that, so hope you enjoyed it. So anyways, technically doing the board ending now, but there is a special room here that we can only access very late in the game. But there's a trick you can do. So I'm gonna try to pickpocket Percival. Stand in a specific spot. So he opens this door that we wouldn't access, so we just skip about half of the game or something like that.
And that works because the game doesn't actually check to see if you've completed the quest to open that door. It just checks to see if that character was next to the door to unlock it.
That's skip that was kind of game breaking. Oops, it's the wrong place. Because it skips the whole Monarch section of the run, which is a pretty big section, and Monarch was part of any percent, and it was pretty terrible in a way that it was kind of hard. But now we just skip all Monarch, which is a big place to go. So, so this late quest is about getting the key card from like a ministry key card, so we can steal some gas to wake up the rest of the Hope crew or something like that for Finesse. So even though we are on track for turning in Finesse and doing the board ending, we are jumping into that very late quest for Finesse. But since we are jumping in that very late quest, this section is really hard because the combat makes it really hard because there are all late game enemies here. So I'm gonna try it a couple of times. I actually have a safety save for this because this can go really wrong.
This room is the hardest part of the run because it's completely random.
And they can block
where
you.
all of the enemies run. Yeah, exactly like that.
Right, should be fine. Yep.
Nice.
First try. Also, I'm trying to quick save. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I wanted to avoid that. So that guard can talk to you through the wall for some reason. But if you quick save quick load really fast, then it just skips that, but whatever. Also, we are wearing the holographic shroud, which is like supposed to be giving you like stealth or like cloak you. And we're gonna steal this guest now. This is a really long name. And sadly we are just killing this scientist, so rip. But with that, we can actually talk with finesse and we get to the hope. Which is gonna be our endgame location. But before that we have to turn in this quest. So I'm gonna fast travel to our ship. And there will be like cutscene where the Sophia wants to talk to you about putting like a tracker device to Phineas. But we're not gonna do that because that's the part of the board ending. We're just gonna talk with Phineas with the current quest. That lets us go to Hope, basically. So we are already pretty close to the end.
Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since. In fact,
This is kind of tricky because there will be a dialogue option that we cannot skip for some reason, and there will be like mixed dialogues here.
Why, I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problem.
This is, I think, the only dialogue in the game that you can't skip, if I'm not mistaken.
There are a few in Max Quest, but they're not much, so yeah. Okay, so we technically go to the Hope. And normally in the two endings, what you do is you skip the Hope to different locations to kind of deal with different endings. But since we are doing the Sun ending, we gonna end the game here. This is our last location, and you will see why. I try not to spoil it, but it's supposed to be a secret ending. So first, to skip the Hope, we need to repower it, and then patch Ada, to the communication systems. Also, the key card or the card works here for the holographic shroud, just as in the place that we stole the gas from. I'm gonna make a quick save quickly because if they detect you, you will be aggroed. That's not cool. Yeah, cool. If you jump there, then that robot can't see you. It's really important because everything is gonna be aggroed to you and you cannot interact with the final computer. And actually the time is coming up pretty soon. So since we choose below average, like very bad intelligence, we just decide that instead of the computer calculating the skip route, we're just gonna do that ourselves. And that's time. And
Nicely done.
yep. And since we are an idiot or stupid person, low intelligence, that this happens, so our character sends the Hope to pretty bad location. Let's watch this cutscene. Yep. So, oops, Gambina sadly goes to the sun with the other colonists, and that's supposed to be the secret ending. The fun fact is that the other two endings are like 4 or 5 minutes longer only, so they are not really that much longer. But this is the fastest one. This is technically 90%, and that's the game. So, yep, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Creeper, for the commentary. And yeah, shoutouts to the community. So they announced that the DLC is coming for this game, so I think because this is kind of a dead speed game now because we are kind of done with it, but hopefully things will be a bit more active after the DLC coming out. So yep, want to enjoy the community? We have a Discord, we have guides, so you can run this if you want to. Yep, so pretty much that's it.
Thank you very much indeed, dude. Wow, blink and you missed it. Very, very fast run. I wanted to quickly. There was a donation that came through for you, a $20 donation from Lawyer Bodo, who says it's so good to see some good old Outer Worlds with one of the best runners out there as well. Don't forget your sunscreen, Noob Soul Tuner. That's just but yeah, that was yeah, nuts. Fantastic ending. Right, well, thank you so much indeed. We have to move on. We have a very, very tight schedule that we need to stick to. Coming up next, we have Elgu running Quake. So we're going to take a very, very short break. That is the end of my shift for now. I do have to do a little bit of paperwork, though, before I finish up. Obviously, to say thank you very much to our sponsors, Kaspersky, Twitch, and VU Sonic, who have been sponsoring the event. Yeah, making it all happen. If you have been enjoying the stuff and you want to donate to the cause, make sure to use the links below the stream or the command in chat to find a way to donate. Thank you very much indeed to these guys for their run. That was the Outer Worlds, and we'll be back after a little break with Quake and a brand new reader in Pikastroph. So don't go anywhere, guys. Stay classy. Cheers.